Yeah, we had to run that one, bro. That's different.
Hey, yo, welcome back. It's another episode. You know what time it is, Tuesday, 6 p.m. So you know that's the God's Hour.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so we got one
What's
hell of
good?
a show. We got one hell of a show here for y'all. And as always, my guest here, I got my man Dan.
Yo, what's good? I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, and I got my man Jay Hen out here.
What's poppin'? What's poppin', man? It's week 5, baby. Let's get this thing rolling.
Week 5, baby. Yeah, let's
yeah.
do it. Yeah, and as always, we know how you guys do. You guys get crazy in the comments. So keep them comments lit. Keep them coming in. Let us be your source, baby. So, but we got one hell of a show. We're gonna go over some injury news. Initially, we got some hold 'em or fold 'em. And we're just going to be dropping game here for y'all. But how y'all feeling, man? Y'all doing good?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I needed a couple wins in my Yahoo leagues, especially in the Fantasy Gods League. I was 1-2, staring at 1-3.
Man.
I had to come back, man, and Mahomes carried me for the victory. It's good, man. And shout-outs to TikTok, man. It is the God's Hour, man. Go join us on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter. Go see Justin and P, myself. But we are answering questions all over. Man, it was good for Yahoo and just to keep me in it, man. The defending champ is still in it right now.
Let's get it. Yeah, man. I'm excited for this week, man. There's been so much. We talked about it, man. There's been a lot of parity this season. A lot of just players coming out of nowhere. A lot of questions that we've been getting to players that we didn't even think would be on the fantasy radar, especially fucking week 4, week 5. I made a post today about Mike Boone and Tyler Algier and all these randoms that are just going to be coming into our lives over the next couple of weeks here with bye weeks coming up. So stay on your toes, man. Fantasy's ever evolving. This season's different than every other season, man. I'm excited for it though.
Hell yeah. I mean, fantasy is always exciting. It sucks that fantasy football's only one season. It can't be year round, but hey, what are you gonna do?
I like that jersey you got on, P, bro. You had to rep that win real quick, huh?
You already know, man. Hey, we own the Rams, man. I don't know if there's any Rams fans in the comments over here. They want to comment on us. But
man, there was a lot of comments on the Ravens were going to beat the Bills. The Ravens are going to beat the Bills. No, sir. No, sir. Lamar, I'm sorry, bro. You're having a great year, but no, sir.
Not this time.
Sir.
Gotcha.
No, this is cool, man. And obviously week 4 is done. So if you're 0-4 in your league or you're 1-3 in your league, like this ain't the time to panic. There's a lot of people right now who have had some studs that they drafted in the first, second round that they're ready to give up on or trade for the low. Or don't do that. This is not the time to do it. 0-4 is not a death sentence. Okay,
no,
so take your time, make moves, follow the gods, ask us questions in the comments. We're gonna steer y'all in the right direction.
Yeah. 100%. And in lieu, I'm representing my man Trey Lance here.
Yeah.
We know he's injured, so what better time to get into some injuries that happened in week 5 and some impact, baby. So I want to hear your guys' takes as always. Notable injury number 1 we want to talk about, Jonathan Taylor, right? So high ankle sprain. Who are you guys? Picking up in lieu of him, or how long you guys think he's going to be out? Give me some insight on that, Jay.
Jonathan Taylor was expected he was going to have a high ankle sprain and be out for a few weeks, but then that turned out to be bad information. So Jonathan Taylor is questionable for this Thursday. It is a short turnaround for Jonathan Taylor, so I don't expect him to play. Typically, you don't want to get your running back a guy you're going to have to give 20 carries to involved. So there might be a little bit of coach speak heading into Thursday, whether he's questionable or can play. Just know that you need to have somebody as a backup just in case. I feel comfortable about him being available next week.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I don't think Jonathan Taylor should be playing in this game. Short week turnaround. Sit him. He's your superstar on that team. It's him and Michael Pittman, and that's about it. And you really got to keep those guys intact. Just let Jonathan Taylor go. I got someone on TikTok, Jonathan Taylor and Hawkinson for Kelsey and Pierce. I would be okay with that. Go lock in Kelsey, because if Jonathan Taylor has a true high ankle sprain, it's going to be a problem all year long. And go get Travis Kelce's outlier position. I like Jonathan Taylor. If you're gonna trade Taylor, go get Kelce.
Dope. Yeah, so Kelsey definitely a trade target. And y'all, keep these comments coming in. Get through some of these injuries, and then we'll get to your guys' comments. As always, broadcasting them live and giving you guys that game. That's what we would do. So, but really important, another injury here. We were talking about this person a lot on the last Gawdscast. Javonte
oh, man.
Jay with the curse, huh?
I wish I had that much power. It sucks, though. It sucks seeing young guys' careers get altered like that. It's part of the game, though, part of football. Javonte, ice up, son.
Yeah, it's horrible. He was an elite back that just really didn't get a lot of touches. Like, really, honestly, needed 25 touches a game. Like, this dude was explosive, breaking tackles, running over people, trucking pulls. Shout outs to Javonte. Hopefully he gets healthy and, smashes next year. Just like J.K. Dobbins was smashing the other day.
Yeah, he could come back.
Mirage or real?
Ooh.
Mirage or real?
We have to add that one in.
What? Another section off the top of my head.
Off the dome. But check this out. So he's injured. Who you guys picking up? We got Mike Boone, and they just signed Latavius Murray. So Latav is rearing his ugly face again in our fantasy lives. Who you guys pick? Oh, my man Lance Bird know what the deal is. What do you guys think, Jay, or Dan rather? Who you targeting?
Dan Rathers.
So
Dan Rathers. My man.
All right. Okay. So in Dynasty, I actually really liked Mike Boone as a prospect. He had a lot of good attributes, what you look for. He's very explosive, but the fact is it's going to be Latavius Murray. You have to spend money on Latavius. Looked very good in the game against the Saints with the Saints. And so to me, it's like, he's a veteran. He'll get it done. But honestly, it's going to be Melvin Gordon's show. So I'm not spending a lot of money on either when it's the Melvin show.
Yeah, I'm not putting $1 on either of these guys. I think if I had to pick one long term, I'd probably go with Mike Boone because he's gonna have some involvement in the passing game. There's not much upside long term unless you're in like a 16-team league, and it would take Melvin Gordon fumbling. This is gonna be his team. Latavius Murray to me is more of an insurance policy. If something happens injury wise to one of these guys, you want to have a strong veteran because they're anticipating they're gonna be a playoff team. So. I don't really think Melvin Gordon, I don't really think Latavius Murray or Mike Boone is going to be anything substantial fantasy-wise. You got Melvin Gordon. He's going to be a flex running back two at best.
Well, let me ask you guys something, right? Like, what makes you think it's just going to be the Melvin Gordon show? Dan, you said that. And, Jay, you don't think they're going to be impactful. But just really quick, like, with how they run their offense and the guy coming over, their coach coming over from Green Bay, same way how they're running their offense, why are they not going to be impactful?
Well, I just think that, look, at the end of the day with Melvin Gordon, you had it coming out today that the offensive coordinator for the Broncos is saying that Melvin Gordon will carry the load, obviously. So to me, it's, he's going to get majority of the touches. I think 60 to 70% of the touches. You got to factor in the Latavius Murray and Mike Boone in there as a change of pace. Maybe you could conceivably see Latavius Murray being a goal line option, but I think Melvin should have the spot. It's his chance to shine.
When you look at Nathaniel Hackett and the history of his career, when he was with the Jaguars, we had Leonard Fournette who kind of ran the load there, but they also had TJ Yeldon and Chris Ivory. So it was a simple balance, but they did have a lead back in Leonard Fournette, one of the best seasons you could think of for the Jacksonville run game in a while. And then when he was with Green Bay as well, like you had A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, obviously, sprinkled in some Ty Montgomery at times. So there was a little bit of balance there with the attack. I think we see the same thing here. Obviously, it's not Javonte and Melvin Gordon with the little sprinkle of Boone anymore, but it'll be Melvin Gordon probably dominating the touches, and then we'll see sprinkles of Mike Boone in the passing game, sprinkles of Latavius Murray in short yardage and goal line work. There's nothing there fantasy-wise consistently, though. So Melvin Gordon is going to be the back to own. Everybody else is going to be a sprinkle of fantasy knowledge. That's it.
Sprinkle me, cue that E40 throwback. But sprinkle me, man. Okay, we got another injury here. Cordarrell Patterson, my man, he was killing the game. Now that he's injured, it doesn't look like he's gonna be that. It's not that significant, right? At probably like 3 or 4 weeks, right? It's not season ending. But there's a lot of people there that you can look at in terms of picking up. right? So you got Tyler Algiero, you got Caleb Huntley, and you got Damien Williams. Dan, who are you picking up? Which one are you prioritizing out of those three?
Well, I think, I really like Damian Williams, but he doesn't seem like he's going to get any, he hasn't got any really touches or juice or anything like that. He's actually a very productive back when he was given opportunities with the Chiefs, opportunities with the Bears. Like he's the veteran, but I don't think I'm picking up anybody. I think that this is really a good news for Drake London fans and good news for Kyle Pitts. I think they lean more heavily on that. I probably would just stay away and just stash Patterson. Maybe it's a good time to buy Patterson if you're 3-1, 4-0. It's a good time to just stash him on the bench. Go get Patterson. He's in the IR spot. If your league has the advantage of getting an IR position, go get him, stash him, and man, use him. He's a very productive RB2 with low end RB1 upside. That's Patterson, and that's probably what I would do. I'd probably just stay away from that altogether.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not buying Caleb Huntley. I think he had a touchdown last week. He looked like the battering ram. But if I had to pick out of him and Tyler Algier, I'm getting Caleb Huntley at cost for this week. This week, Damian Williams isn't expected back. I think he's expected back next week, coming off of IR. So if we're looking at that, Damien Williams is going to be the back there. He was a starter coming into the year. The starter, obviously, we knew it was Cordarrell Patterson, but he was the one toting the carries. So for me, I'm not in on any of the Falcons' backs. I'm piggybacking off what Dan said. I'm not interested in this Falcons' backfield, but if I had to pick one for the upside, I'd pick Caleb Huntley right now, Damien Williams for the next 4 or 5 weeks.
So of all these injuries out here, you guys aren't picking anybody up, whether it's Javonte Williams situation or Cordarrell. You guys aren't picking anybody up?
I mean, obviously, if you need a running back, like let's just keep it real. Like if you're really desperate for running back plays, go for it. I would say you would have to side with the Atlanta side only because, I think Melvin is locked in, right? It's kind of you need faith in Mike Boone and this, but if you need a starter, you're going to have to go with Tyler Algier to start or Huntley, like you said, like you really like that's if you're going to prioritize any, go with the Atlanta backfield just because you need a starter, right? The other guys are just, like, oh, maybe he'll be good, maybe he won't. So, I would probably lean Atlanta, but I'm not happy about it. These guys are all mid.
Yeah.
These guys are backups for a reason, guys. Like,
they're trash.
There's only a few in the league that have RB1 or RB2 upside, and they're backups for a reason.
Well, yeah, even Tyler Algier, he might have the starting spot this week, and like you said, he's a backup player. He's mid, like. He's not somebody you want to count on long-term, and this Falcons team doesn't want to count on him long-term. That's not a long-term solution. So in fantasy, you can play week to week, band-aid your team. It can get you to the playoffs. It ain't going to win you championships, though. You got to have upside pieces towards the end of the year. So if you absolutely need wins, you absolutely need running back production, the one I would pick up for this week, Tyler Algier. Maybe you got to spend a little bit on him, but I'm not in on him long-term. I don't think he really even provides you a lot of value this week. Like he's not a great talent.
I mean, to me, Tyler Algier is a try-hard.
Oh. The try-hards.
I'm telling you, that's viral, dog. The try-hard.
They try-hards, man. When you not talented, but somehow you make something out of nothing, that's a try-hard.
We gotta spend just a little bit of time on this, man. We gotta define what a try, because we drop try-hards and people misusing it and whatnot. Tell me what a try-hard is, Jay, in your own words.
Yeah, so a try-hard is somebody who's not necessarily gifted, right? We look at players who are effortless on the field. When we talk about Nick Chubb, it's like, it's Saquon Barkley. These guys, they just different. They built as athletes. They're premier talent. Like, we know what they get on the field, and it could be monster games, like 200, 250 yards, 4 touchdowns in a game, like effortless production, right?
Like Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb, exactly.
Yeah.
When we talk about tryhards are like, he probably did some work, but it took all that fucking effort to get those yards, bro. Like when people were recommending Mike Davis last year. Mike Davis is the staple of tryhards. Nobody knew how he got to RB1 status in 2020. Nobody knew how he got the starting gig for the Atlanta Falcons last year. And guess what? When he was getting those carries, and it was 3rd and 2, and they needed 1 yard, 2 yards to get it, Mike Davis was getting half a yard. losing yards, running hella hard behind the line and still getting stuffed. That is a try-hard.
Yeah, he's running hard, but ain't doing much with
Ain't shit happening, bro. 20 carries for 50 yards. That's a try-hard.
Yeah, that sounds like Damien Harris to me. But
Damien Harris, a try-hard.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all on TikTok. Keep giving us a follow. Go follow us on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, man. We got tons of questions. We'll get to that. We still got our few segments here, but stay with us, man. Stay tuned.
We got you. One last injury. It's kind of a big one. Tua Tagovailoa. You see him doing the, hope he's okay. He looks okay. Hope they don't rush him back this time. But we're going to see Teddy Bridgewater coming in. Now, just really quick off the skill positions, do you see anything being impacted? Do you see a difference in Tyreek? Do you see a difference in Waddle? Jay, what do you think?
I don't really see a whole lot of drop off for this offense. The offense looked good even with Teddy Bridgewater. Like, he was still slinging it deep, had the arm. I don't think there will be as much consistency with the offense now. So I think there might be maybe some down performances over the next 2-3 weeks, however long he's out. But I think Teddy Bridgewater is serviceable. And if he's throwing anywhere in that 250 to 275 range, that supports Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I don't see a big drop-off for the major pieces on this team.
Facts.
Yeah, if I had to throw it out there, I think that, I think Tua can probably support two solid wide receivers like Waddle and
you mean Teddy?
Tyreek as a tandem for fantasy goes. I think that you'll probably see more of the Tyreek's game or it's Waddle's game. So
you're talking about Tua or you're talking about Teddy Bridgewater?
When Teddy's in the game. So I just think that Teddy's a solid player. He's like I think around the skill of Jimmy Garoppolo. Like he's good. Like he's a solid quarterback. He's not going to win you the championship. And maybe Jimmy can because that Niners defense looking sharp.
Yeah, it's ready.
But I just think that he is who he is. Like above average. Obviously one of the top 30 quarterbacks in the world, right? Like he's good. Like he deserves a team, and but I just it's going to be temper expectations. I think wide receiver 2s for both of those guys. If you get more than that, great.
Yeah, I really don't think there's a difference between Teddy Bridgewater and Tua, to be honest with you. I think they're both the same in terms of talent wise. I really don't see a big difference between the two. But I want to get into these comments here. And let's bring these mugs up here. So we got the comment section lit right now. And yeah, so what is this? Okay, so cool. My man Taco Frog here. Is Nico Collins' stock slightly going up from his performance Sunday?
Nico Collins?
Your boy.
I talked about it. There's got to be a guy that ascends to that wide receiver 1 role. I mean, Cooks has been doing it for a while, and he's a great receiver, criminally underrated every year, But Nico's got everything you look for in a wide receiver 1. Plays the X receiver, big, strong, fast. Like, that's what you want to see. And I told you guys this on TikTok. I told you that this is a sleeper that can really help you guys down the road. Like, were you ever going to play Nico Collins in the first 5 weeks of the season? No, you weren't. But if there's injuries, if there's bye weeks, certain things have to fall into place. And these guys, Nico, I think is he a third-year receiver? Or I can't exactly remember.
He's third year.
He is a third year, so even better. So usually receivers do break out in their third year, and they're going to be down. Houston's not that good, so they're going to be throwing the ball. So go get Nico Collins.
Go grab that dude. All right, we were talking about this a little earlier. My man Lance, is Boone or Murray worth picking up if I already have Gordon? If you have Gordon, nah, you don't got to worry about him, right? So, yeah, so you're good there, buddy. Give Pittman and Dillon for Godwin and Cooks. Cooks, the Brandon Cooks who we were just talking about.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks. What you think, Pete?
I'm keeping Pittman and Dillon. I'm higher on Dillon. I think he's gonna make it do something. My man Dan called him a league winner, and I'm sticking with it.
Hey,
fuck it.
Conklin and Kittle week 5. I think you still rock with Kittle on this one. Tyler Conklin didn't do much with Zach Wilson at the helm. Kittle didn't do much on Monday night, but things tend to happen like this. I've talked about this before. When players haven't performed over a 2-3 week stretch, a lot of times there's a focused, concerted effort to get them involved. I like Kittle this week.
Big facts. All right, would you trade away Michael Thomas and Jeff Wilson for Hopkins? Personally, listen, I know, and this is where we're split a little bit here because I know you guys are higher on Hopkins. I think you keep Michael Thomas and Wilson. I don't think there's a big difference between the two. What do you guys think?
Well, I think it all depends on if you believe in Jeff Wilson, right? So to me, Hopkins is clearly the better receiver than Mike Thomas. I think it's a better situation too with Kyler Murray. As soon as he comes back, man, I expect Hopkins to go hammer when he comes back. So it really just depends on your team, your layout. Do you back?
But I mean, we talk about him going
D-Hop.
You got D-Hop, and you say he's going hammer when he's coming back. Has he ever went realistically hammer in this off? Like realistically, are we? When you say hammer, what are you talking about? Like a what? Top
wide
what?
receiver one, top 10 wide receiver.
Top 10 wide receiver every week?
Yes.
Nah, man, I don't know about that, man.
Get the fuck out of here, P.
Is Damian Pierce a sell high or a keeper? P, I want to hear your opinion on the try hard. Damian Pierce, sell high or keeper?
Well, to keep it real, I'm selling.
I mean, thanks for Damian Pierce, P.
Hey, as long as I can get you in, man, God for God. Damian Pierce is, especially at his value right now, sell high. He's a try hard. We talked about this. We talked about this on the last podcast or Gawdscast. If it wasn't for that 70 some odd yard run,
man,
it was ugly out here.
So I saw a stat on Twitter. It was for the first 3 weeks of the year, Damien Pierce had 21 yards before contact total. 21 yards before contact, right? 21. That's it. First 3 weeks. In week 4, it was 90 yards before contact because he didn't get touched on his 70, 80-yard run or whatever it was. But, man, if this ain't a sell high moment, I don't know what is for Damian Pierce.
Yeah, and just to kind of clarify the reason why it's sell hard. Yeah, he's a tryout, and we broke that down here for you. But to put it in perspective, this team is going to be in so many negative game scripts for the running back position. It's not something you want to be a part of. This is probably the very, very moment where you're going to get the most value out of Damien Pierce. Go get your bread.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, Damien Pierce right now averaging 5.2 yards a clip, has 10 receptions. That's basically, 2 to 3 a game. You drafted him to be an RB2. Like most people drafted him as your RB3, RB4, sometimes if you're early league drafters. So, I mean, you're getting great value from this guy. I don't know if you really trade him unless you're getting a really good offer. But, I mean, I don't think he's a sell high. I think you just, hold him. He's just a hold to me.
So you're not if you're given the opportunity, you're not trying to, trade up for any other running back?
I mean, like I said, it just depends on, who's willing to take him.
Damien Pierce or Zeke Elliott.
People really believe in him. Like some people really like rookies, right? And so if Damien Pierce is the guy, maybe you go get a Breece Hall.
Are you trading Damien Pierce for Zeke?
I'm trading. I'm getting. No, I'm not. No, I don't want Zeke. No.
So you're keeping Damien Pierce over Zeke right now?
Well, right now, yes.
Who'd you rather have, Damien Pierce or Najee?
Najee, easy.
You taking Damien Pierce, Alvin Kamara right now?
Give me Kamara. Yeah.
All right. You taking Damien Pierce or James Conner?
I want Pierce, man. I hate you. know me. I'm biased. I hate Conner.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude. James Conner. Fuck that dude.
I hate that.
Fournette or Damien Pierce?
I think I'll take Damien Pierce, man.
Over Fournette?
Yeah, I think I will. Yeah.
Damn, I sold low then. I sold low.
Oh, you did sell low.
White's getting involved. Tom Brady's fucking up. Yeah, man.
The try hard is making waves.
Try hard. Hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. Okay, so let me ask you this one last one: Damien Pierce or Breece?
See, now to me, I think this is a perfect opportunity to sell Damien Pierce for Breece and. It's a great and I think Breece overtakes fantasy point wise. I think he can beat out Damien Pierce over the next 10 weeks. I think that Pierce is just Hall is another level of talent. He was that in the draft, and I still stand by it. Yep. And he catches the ball at a really good rate. So you're getting a PPR monster. And as soon as, they really just give him the ball, Breece Hall is going to be the man.
Yo, last two real quick from Omar. Jerry Jeudy and Gibson for Godwin. Who wins the deal?
I'm taking the
Godwin. I think Godwin wins the deal. I like
Godwin.
God wins.
Zeke for Breece Hall. Which side are we taking?
Oh, this is tough, man.
I'm gonna take Breece, man. I'm fading Zeke, bro. It's just he is just disappointing every game, bro.
No, I will say this. Listen,
I think Zeke is fine, man. He's playing some tough run defenses. Cooper Rush has been the quarterback. It's not like it's the same. Like the first week was up against Tampa, right? He only had 10 carries that first week. The game got out of hand. The next 3 weeks have been with Cooper Rush. So teams are probably dialing in anyway, stacking the box. Dak comes back in another week. Why are we fading Zeke like that? His carries have increased the last 4 weeks.
I don't think we're fading Zeke. And to be clear,
but you are though.
I don't know.
I didn't even get to answer first.
You are though.
No, I'm trading for Zeke to keep it a buck because his schedule is lightening up. And I'm not a big schedule guy. Hey, but hear me out. When we're talking about Zeke, right? Like Zeke, I'm still a firm believer that he holds back end RB1 upside and mid RB2. So, or high end RB2, I should say. Now, if we're talking Zeke for Breece Hall is the definition of a non-tryhard, right? Like he gets his rushes. He's also getting hella targets a game. Like if these two are probably right next to each other, and I'm giving the edge to Breece because I see his volume getting a little bit of an uptick. But yeah, man, let's knock out some more of these questions here. What's popping on TikTok, Dan?
Yeah, what's up, TikTok, man? I'm gonna go through these real quick. Fournette and Lamb for Eckler and Kirk. Fournette and Lamb or Eckler and Christian Kirk.
Eckler and Kirk.
Eckler and Kirk. You got Eckler and Kirk. There it is. Trade Pittman and Swift for Chase and Schultz. I have Jefferson. I think you got to keep Pittman and Swift. I love Chase, but he's just Pittman and Swift. Should I drop A-Rob for Pickens or Corey Davis? Well, never Corey Davis.
I don't know. Corey Davis been kind of balling.
He's been kind of balling.
I can't do it, bro. I just can't. Give me Pickens. Give me George Pickens over A-Rob, bro.
I keep A-Rob. I think better days are ahead. It's just it's ugly right now.
Najee for Josh Jacobs. Do I do it?
Hell no. What?
Getting
Najee
for
you're
Jacobs?
Getting that? Oh yeah. You get
Najee.
Yeah, go get Najee. Let's
Najee for Jacobs.
Follow guys on TikTok, man. We appreciate it. Trade Jonathan Taylor for Dalvin Cook.
That's a preference deal at the end of the point. Like they're same fucking value.
Yeah, same value. I think you keep with who you like. If you already
I mean we could talk about that a little bit more because I think I had Dalvin Cook a little too high. I think Jonathan Taylor's just fine, but they're giving Dalvin Cook the rock. He's just not doing anything with it. It may be a way that they're running the offensive line, like the schemes and versus like the zone blocking versus whatever it is. But he's just not eating like with the volume that he's getting that we thought he was going to be eating at. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
Nah, bro. Like if you think about it, Dalvin and Jonathan Taylor basically been doing the same shit. Neither of them have been doing anything. They haven't. And when I look at top RBs, they've been, it's 4 weeks into the season. I'm not panicking on Dalvin, who we've seen finish as the top 5 running back most of his career. I'm not panicking on Jonathan Taylor, who we've seen be the RB1 last season. So to me, it's very equal value. Like, you have a high upside running back. They both have very high floors, very high ceilings. In both in good offenses that support running the football. So we saw Dalvin with 20 carries last week. Jonathan Taylor's a little banged up. I think it's very even price right now. It's a preference point.
Yeah. This week, non-PPR, Ramondre Stevenson or Damian Pierce.
Wait, say that again?
Damian Pierce. Non-PPR.
Who for Damian Pierce?
Stevenson or Pierce?
You said Ramondre Stevenson or Damian Pierce?
Right.
Pierce all day.
Yeah, Damian Pierce.
Especially non-PPR.
Yeah. AJ Brown and Swift for Aaron Jones and Pittman. I think I'm taking AJ Brown.
Brown and Swift.
Is Kirk still a must start every week? I'm assuming Christian Kirk. I think
Kirk Cousins, no. Yeah. Christian Kirk, yes.
Christian Kirk, yeah.
I propose a trade. They get Keenan Allen and Robert Woods. I get CD. So basically Keenan for CD Lamb.
Send
it. Easy money.
Send it.
Send it. Go get Do you like Pickens or Elijah Moore? Pickens, dog.
Pickens.
I don't know. Elijah Moore with Zach Wilson might be different.
Elijah Moore, the middest of all.
Elijah Moore with Zach.
Or what can I get for Pittman and Gordon?
Zach Wilson and Elijah Moore were connecting last year towards the second half of the season. Elijah Moore was nice. Elijah Moore ate with Zach Wilson, and this week he had 3 catches, I want to say, for 50 yards. So it's not like he hasn't produced with Zach Wilson in the past. So to me, I'm like, it might be the turning point for Elijah Moore. Might be a good buy low op.
Fuck out of here. Give me Pickens. Fuck out of here.
Pickens, Mister. Reach back. Go get that shit.
Latavius Murray or Boone, we answered this question, bro. We're saying probably Murray, but if you want the
mid or
mid, bro. Don't pick up any of them. Henry and Hollywood Brown for Evans. And shit, I just lost it. What can I get for Jamal Williams? Nothing.
Nah, trade high on Jamal Williams. You can probably get a lot for Jamal Williams. To be real, there's a lot of people who probably give you like Najee Harris for Jamal Williams at another piece.
Oh man, I don't know about that.
Trust me. Watch. Ask on the chat. What will you give up? Hey, chat. If you guys want to participate in this, what would you give up for Jamal Williams?
Yeah. What would you guys give up for Jamal Williams? TikTok. Let me know. Yeah. And again, if you guys are on TikTok, follow us on YouTube. Go Twitch, Twitter. We'll answer your questions there. Go follow us over there. See the whole page. Me, P, and Justin are over there. Let me know in the comments, man.
It's lit over here.
We need more follow.
Yeah. So check this out, guys. This next segment, I'm going to talk about a few players to highlight. Dan, I just threw this player in here because you brought him up earlier. What's up with our man Chase? I thought he had
Jamal,
bro. Jamal Chase, bro. Yo. He's been playing a little background, right? I mean, we talked about that impact of my man T, but I want to hear what you guys think, man. What are you guys thinking about Chase?
Well, I mean, it's tough, man. Like, let's keep it real. Like, if you have Chase, which I have him in a lot of leagues, and I think a lot of times when I drafted, just the value was there. He was unbelievable as a rookie. Came onto the scene. Explosive. Has all the measurables that I look for in a dynasty receiver. But right now, I don't know if it's probably defenses. Defensive attentions are on him, and it's opening it up for T, and T's exploiting. And the more and more T keeps exploding.
They had the Dolphins had their top defender on T when he was eating him up. So what do you mean by? Can you clarify what you're talking about when you say defenses are focusing on Jamar?
Well, my thing is a lot of times defenses do this. They usually put their top guy on the secondary wide receiver, and then they bracket coverage the number one. So while the best guy is on your secondary, the goal defensively is to lock down that secondary guy. Like, okay, you're not going to beat us one-on-one, and now I can use the extra man on the alpha wide receiver, which is Chase. So it is harder when you're double teamed, straight up. If you're one-on-one, Chase is probably going to beat you most of the time. But when you are bracket coverage and everybody's rolling that way, it's very difficult. It doesn't matter who you are.
So then what's your outlook on him? You think that's going to continue? Or, I mean, what are we doing? Are you selling Chase?
No, I don't think I'm selling Chase. To me, he's still at 41 targets on the season, and so to me, and that's in the top 8 in targets.
Yeah, but 25% of those came when T was out in week 1.
Well, it's true. I get you, but I'm just saying the opportunity is still there for Jamar Chase, and that's all you want to see out of receivers. Receivers, you want to see targets, you want to see opportunity. And you pair that with explosiveness and someone that does have the talent that is on par with Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson. It's in that range of talent. That's all you want to see. But you got to hold your mud with Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, man, he's going to be fine. And I think this is just an adjustment to what P was talking about, what Dan's been talking about. T. Higgins is just a better receiver than people were giving him credit for. Right? We all had him ranked in our top 12. We all had Jamar Chase ranked in our top 12. Sometimes it just works out like that, where these guys, one of them will take over for a stretch. I could see a stretch where Jamar Chase has a solid run like he did last year. Jamar Chase didn't get all his yards stretched out over the course of a year. It was a lot of chunk games for Jamar Chase, which is going to happen again. He's going to have another 200-yard game because he's built like that. So just know when you have him on your team, he's not the player T. Higgins is, because T. Higgins is going to be more consistent week over week. But Jamar Chase, as we saw last year, is going to have some of those blow-up games. You're going to be kicking yourself if you trade him because he's had a stretch of 3 bad games. So Jamar Chase isn't the top 3 receiver you drafted him as. He's more in that 5 to 10 range now, that especially since guys like Tyreek Hill and guys like A.J. Brown have kind of taken that next step. So just know he's still elite. That top 3 upside is still there. You just drafted him at his ceiling. That's all.
So let me ask you this. I mean, like seeing and understanding that the consistency, and I want to start with you, Jay, but I want to hear both of you guys. Are you guys taking, like, rest of the season, Jamar Chase over Tyreek?
No, I got Tyreek over Jamar right now. Yeah, same upside, higher floor.
Still going to roll with Jamar. I think that rest of the season, I'm forgetting what happened the first 4 weeks. I'm going to roll with Jamar. I'm still going to roll with him. And if I die on the sword, I die on the sword.
I like that, Dan.
Yeah, pride talking.
Okay,
pride.
let me. I got a few more for you. You taking Jamar over A.J. Brown?
Dan.
Damn.
Dan?
Yes, I am.
You're taking him over A.J. Brown?
I am. God damn it.
I do think this is a case where Jamar Chase has higher upside than A.J. Brown, but I'd rather have A.J. Brown's floor in this case.
Why is that?
So, because A.J. Brown doesn't have 200-yard and 2. He does. Let me clear that up. He does have 200-yard and 2 TD upside. It just isn't going to happen as frequently as Jamar Chase, if that makes sense. But his floor right now is like 5 to 6 catches in this offense. You know what I mean? And with Jalen Hurts looking at him exclusively in the way that this Philly team is playing, I'd rather have A.J. Brown on a week-to-week basis over Jamar Chase, who might get you 8 points one week. We're not going to see too many of them games from A.J. Brown this season.
Okay. I can respect that. Okay, I got
the only thing, this is where the little J-Hen extra comes in. The only thing I'm concerned about with A.J. Brown towards the second half of the year is the same thing we see in Chicago. You can shake your head all you fucking want, P. It's the same thing we see in Chicago. That wind doesn't number. Those conditions in Philly are a little bit different. So in the fantasy playoffs, it tends to get a little crazy in Philly.
It's the same wind in Cincy, bro. It's the same snow. It get crazy in Cincy, too.
No, that wind is different in Philly. That wind is different in that field. That wind is different in Chicago. Like, Philly and Chicago are 2 places where we always see, in fantasy playoffs especially, we always see the wind.
Yeah, you see, that's
really
that's where we differ on that, because A.J. Brown and Jamar Chase, right? They are 2 different type of receivers, right? A.J. Brown is the type that's will take a slant 80 yards, right? It will,
Jamar Chase can't.
Jamar Chase can, but Jamar Chase's game is more mid to the deep end, right? Like he's that's Joe Burrow. That's their whole offense, right? They're throwing deep when they can. They're trying to get over that. They're trying to get over that secondary. Whereas even in those windy, those rainy games, and when the winter comes around in Philly, I don't see much of a slowdown from A.J. Brown because of that. A.J. Brown's built like Debo, probably even better, bigger, stronger Debo. He can take that short screen or whatever, that little bubble screen to the house, no problem. So I don't know. I think it's close. I think I'm leaning towards A.J. Brown. I think he's a little bit more consistent and still has that upside. But unless
you guys got any still agree feedback, with me, dog. Come on, man. I ain't gonna say all that still agree with me, dog.
I mean, we just looking at things a little different now. You know what I'm saying?
Man, through different lenses, but seeing the same thing.
That's facts. That's facts. But another player we want to talk about. I mean, that's enough on Jamar Chase. But don't sell Lona. But we got Kenny Pickett's season starting here. And no more, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Kenny Pickett can launch that Rinnock. I want to know the impact. And how does this impact Deontay Johnson? How does this impact your boy right there, Pickens? You know what I'm saying? Dan, let me know, man. This is right up your alley.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, for Pickens, for sure. I said it before, like Pickens is the best receiver on the team already. Stepping in and last game it proved so that he is the best guy on the team. Just need to unleash him. But I think it's a good thing. Rookie to rookie, they want to shine, they want to get their bread. So I could see them, having connection. But I think it's an upgrade. It's still an upgrade. Like Mitch was who he was. Like, it is what it is. He's a journeyman, deserves to be in the league, but not a, superstar starter.
Does he though?
Yeah, no, he deserves to be in the league.
He has a place in the league.
But my point is, go hand the ball off to the rookie. If Steelers are not in positions to win, go and develop your player. And this should be a good news for George Pickens.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a fan of this move. I think it's been a long time coming right now in the short season. It's still like it's time for the Steelers to do that. They weren't going to the playoffs this year, and I think it just confirmed that this offense needs a jolt, right? And it helps all parties involved. More so it helps, I think, Najee. I think it helps George Pickens. I think it helps Pat Freiermuth. I don't think it really helps Claypool at all. I don't think it really helps Deontay Johnson at all. So
yeah,
we'll see how this all works out. There's going to be less volume and a lot more inconsistency from these Pittsburgh wide receivers than we've already seen from them. Like Deontay Johnson, I feel like will be a lot more inconsistent than he has in the past. Claypool was invisible last week, and I can see that continuing on any given week. But George Pickens' season's here, and Kenny Pickett's season's here. If you can get George Pickens right now, I think now's the time to do it because once he has another 100-yard game, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, bruh. So, in majority of the leagues right now, Kenny Pickett is on waivers. Now, I'm not going to go into one single quarterback leagues too much because he can probably stay there. But like super flex or 2 quarterback leagues, how much fab are we dropping on him?
In 1 quarterback leagues?
No, we're not talking about 1 quarterback leagues because he can stay there. I'm talking about a super flex or 2 quarterbacks.
Just depends on if you need a quarterback.
Okay, for those teams that need a quarterback,
is what I'm talking about. One, it's just like I treated him just like Jimmy Garoppolo. At least at this point, I got to see the upside. I got to see more games. So I said about 20% no more than that, whatever your fab is. If you needed a quarterback, if you needed one. I don't know, 20%.
If you need a quarterback, I'm not spending more than 10% on this guy. Like, he's going to be your backup. You already have 2 better options, more than likely. Unless you lost Tua, you could go get. I would rather go get Teddy Bridgewater right now than go spend on Kenny Pickett because it's a backup. At the end of the day, he's going to be a backup. There's not a lot of upside with rookie quarterbacks for the most part. So I wouldn't go spend a whole lot of money on Kenny Pickett. Out of your $100 that you got for the whole season, I ain't attaching much to a backup quarterback.
Okay, cool. I could appreciate that, but yeah, man, let's get some more of these questions in. I know they come in over here on YouTube pretty heavily. So yeah, which ones we got here? Okay, I'm 1-3. Mixon and Kamara letting me down. Oh, Gabe Davis and Evans. Oh, lowest points scored in the league. General tips on how to flip a low-scoring team. Okay, so of these players, are you looking to flip any of them? Let's go with you, Jay. I want to hear it.
Yeah, the flipping players on a low-scoring team is tough because a lot of times you don't have anything to offer but upside, and a lot of times you want to keep that upside for yourself because that these players are going to perform at some point. So I'm looking through the roster, and I'm looking for players who might have value to another team that I'm not trading at the lowest possible value. Like Alvin Kamara, Gabe Davis, right now, you're trading those guys at the lowest value possible. The players you're going to get back for them aren't really going to help your team. They're going to be somebody else's pieces that they're giving you because they know that at some point they're going to fall off. So I'm trying to get fair value for Joe Mixon. If I don't really want to trade Mike Evans, so I'm looking at other pieces on the team. 1-3 is not a death sentence. And if Alvin Kamara and Gabe Davis come in and have strong weeks, you're 2-3 next week. So I'm not panicking. Flipping a low-scoring team is more about not trading your players at the low, but trading players that others find valuable.
Yeah, it's tough. Like Justin said, 1-3 is not a death sentence. We talked about this in our Discord, and it's 7 to 8 losses is when you're out. Okay, so So even if you go 1-6, I've seen 1-6 turn to
Clay
8-6.
did it.
Clay did it. That's yeah.
So like,
he did it.
I don't even want to hear that. Like, oh, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's only over until that bell rings, dog.
Snatched.
So to me, just continue to grind, continue to work it out. You may have an easier schedule coming up with people on bye or injuries or this, that, and the other. So that 1-3 could easily turn into 4-3. 3-3. Yeah,
and then just to put that really quick in perspective, this last question here, with those studs, you're 1-3. Listen, bro, if your team is, or if your league is anything like us, you got sharks looking out, right? And the people who are up there, they're trying to sell high on those players who have busted, or they're trying to sell high on their Damien Pierces. They're saying, hey, yo, what's up with your mixing? I got Damien Pierce in a little piece. Mm-hmm. If you do that, it's like you're walking in quicksand. Right now, you're sinking. You're moving these players. You're going to be doing a lot of moving, and you're going to continue sinking. Stick with your studs. Flip these other hot players into another stud. I think we're all in agreement on that.
Good shit, dog.
Yeah, so my man Corey over here, do you think Josh Allen is more likely to win MVP or make the Super Bowl? Ooh, Dan, that's got your name written all over it.
He gonna say both.
He gonna
be like both.
I don't know, but he gonna be lying about if he's saying both. But go ahead, I'm gonna let him talk.
If I had to pick one, I want the Super Bowl, of course. Like why? I don't care about MVP. Like,
now, what you think is more likely?
What's more likely
to happen? The Super Bowl. Like,
get the fuck out of here,
bro! No way.
Okay, here's the thing. I think there are players in the league right now that are playing at a crazy good level, like Mahomes. Even you have to throw in Jalen Hurts. He's doing well. So guys like that, like, Josh Allen doesn't need to be MVP. Like, I don't need him to do that. Like, I want him to do that. Great. Like, I want my players to be the best players ever. Like, that's what I want. But I want the Super Bowl. So really, he has it. All he has to do is beat Mahomes, and then he goes to the Super Bowl. That's it. Just have to beat Mahomes, and they have to.
What do you think's more likely? Jalen Hurts finishes his QB1 or Josh Allen wins MVP?
Allen wins MVP. Easy.
For sell high on Eckler, or are we selling high on Eckler? Or are we keeping him? I'm keeping Eckler. Nah, bro. We're gonna fucking go. We're gonna go hard on this one.
Dynasty, you sell high, but
sell him. Why would you keep Eckler?
Why would you not keep Eckler? Why would you not keep Eckler?
I asked you the question. Why would you keep Eckler?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I keep Eckler. I'm gonna give you a few reasons. Their skill players are always hurt. Eckler has scored 1 touchdown up until this point, maybe 2, right? Because he had 2 this last game. And even though his value comes in his catches, so when the touchdowns come around, which they will, his value is going to continue to skyrocket. Not saying he's going to have 20 touchdowns, but I'm telling you, with Keenan's feeble ass always getting hurt, they're going to have to rely on somebody. What you think? I mean, you're saying. Let me hear.
He already has 27 receptions in 4 games. Like, that's pretty good.
That's who he is.
That floor is there for PPR, and most leagues are PPR. I mean, if you're in a non-PPR, yes, sell Eckler. Like,
we keep talking about these catches, but he's not running the rock the same way that he
did.
And I think these 3 touchdowns are kind of camouflaging a bigger problem for Eckler. People who drafted him at least as a top 5 running back, which is, I think, what you guys are saying, right? The reason why you sell high on Eckler right now is because people are thinking just like you guys. He's top 5 again. He's going to carry his value in PPR leagues. He had 3 touchdowns. He's all the way back. This is the perfect time to capitalize on that value because they haven't been running him the same. They've been using Sony Michel a little bit more, even though he's been ineffective. They don't want Eckler to be a workhorse 25 touch back. That's not who the San Diego team is. Keenan Allen has been out as well. So a lot of that short yardage reception stuff has been gone. So to me, this is the perfect opportunity to sell Austin Eckler at his highest value.
Yeah, but what are you going to get back? What running back out there in that same tier of running back is doing anything?
It's not about what they're doing. That's the thing. I think a lot of people are so like, man, he's been performing or he hasn't been performing. Right now, you got to go get value. It's too early in the season to give up on all the value you just spent your whole offseason sitting there debating value. It is about getting value. So if you can get Dalvin Cook and another piece for Austin Eckler, why wouldn't you do it? If you can get Alvin Kamara and another piece for Austin Eckler, why wouldn't you do it? Those are the kind of trades that win you leagues.
Okay, so you're getting Alvin Kamara, and who are you targeting if you got Eckler?
Give me another wide receiver. Give me a wide receiver too. That's fine.
Give me a name.
DeAndre Hopkins, Chris Godwin. You know what I'm saying?
I would do it.
And Henry for Eckler.
Bro, send that.
Yeah,
send that shit all day. Like,
I'm
if you compare any of those guys with like a high-end wide receiver 3, back-end wide receiver 2, run it.
For sure.
Lazard.
Hell no. Hell no. Not Lazard.
We buying low or we faded Najee. Hey, yo, check this out. We were talking about this with the Kenny Pickett thing. Jay, you said that Kenny Pickett helps Najee's value. How so if he's more prone to air it out? How is he helping his value?
So that actually helps because the defense has to respect the deeper balls now. So your coverage is gonna be dropped off slightly. Some of the linebackers, if they're passing a little bit more, may have to be in coverage. So this does help Najee a little bit as far as seeing some of those 8-man fronts, 7-man fronts. Like some of that might be pushed off a little bit. They can get a lot more involved. It might not be immediate. It might not be an immediate thing with the change. It might take Kenny Pickett beating him over the top for a few times.
I mean, personally, and I'll let you get to it, Dan, too. Personally, I mean, Najee's not the type of guy to be busting for 4.5 yards a carry or more. I mean, that's just not who he is. A lot of his value came in with him getting a lot of receptions, right? That's where a lot of his value comes, right? Last year, at least. And if Kenny Pickett's going over the top, or if we anticipate Kenny Pickett to be airing it out a little bit more, where is Najee's value? I don't see how it increases if he's not that type of guy to be breaking for 4 yards a carry or more.
Well, I mean, it's tough for Najee. Like, to me, he's not efficient. Like, he's not doing what he needs to be doing, and what he did at Alabama was crazy. Like, he came in, we're like, this dude's going to be a monster, and we
thought he was going to be
not doing it. But the problem is that his run blocking. Like, it's horrible. Like, every time he's up to run, for example, if we don't want to talk about stats, his run block rating, right? So that just means yards blocked per carry is 53 in the league. So it's not good, right? So his offensive line is not giving him any favors. And in fantasy, you do need a good offensive line. So it's going to be tough for Najee Harris. But if Pickett does get the respect from the defenders, that's going to open up things for Najee. And I think you treat him as an RB2 at this point. Like, he's your RB2 with upside. Like, at the end of the day, like I can't put him as my RB1 today currently.
So you got him right next to Damien Pierce?
I think you have to, at least at this point. But I'm gonna take Najee in trades. Like, if I'm getting Najee, like give me Najee just because the upside is greater. But it's tough. It's tough for Najee right now. Like, I love Najee. I want him to shine. It's just tough for him.
Yeah. All right. Matt Stafford, Geno Smith, Teddy Bridgewater. Matt Stafford. Next question. Yeah. All right, what RBs?
Geno kind of doing his thing, bro.
Against
right
Detroit?
Now.
Was that Detroit they played?
He slayed that motherfucker against Detroit.
Bruh, Detroit slayed themselves, bro. Everybody's going nuts on Detroit, man.
Yeah.
What RBs to replace James Conner? Trades.
You hear these guys, man. Damian Pierce is anybody like that, bro. James Conner is not it.
Yeah,
and
Breece Hall, I would trade with Connor for Breece Hall.
Yeah. Is Nyheim Hines good waiver grab? Yes.
Yeah, he's solid.
100%.
I don't think so. Unless Taylor doesn't play, what's the point of having him? He hasn't had.
Taylor's not going to play.
If he doesn't, if Taylor, he's a 1 week grab. All right. Yeah. 1 week grab. Move on.
So we concerned about Gabe Davis's usage the past 2 weeks. I mean, look, he was going to be a boomer bust player. We've been saying that.
Been on it.
You know what I'm saying?
We've been on that. Gabe Davis hate.
Dan's boy, lightweight, but
Dan said he was going to be a wide receiver too.
He can be a wide receiver too. That's top.
You said he's going to be a wide receiver too, Dan.
Two different things, son. Cannon would be two different things. But I'm going to tell you like this. Gabe Davis is somebody that you may want to have in your lineup because them blow-up weeks are probably what's going to win you weeks. But no, so, I mean, you can't be concerned about his usage the past week because that's what we've been telling you he's going to be.
You just got to temper your expectations. Gabe Davis isn't what you drafted. He's probably a little bit lower than that. He has some blow-up week potential. That's it. He just ain't what you drafted. That's all.
That's it.
What are you talking about? The dude is on the field 98% of the time.
Bro is running. He's running his life off for no targets.
Nothing, bro.
Bro is just running to get sprint. He running it like it's track. He out there. He out there for cardio. He ain't out there to make plays.
What are you talking about? Dan, he went up against one of the trashiest secondaries and got one reception. That's what the hell we're talking about.
Still won the game. That's all I gotta say, dog. Like,
hey, we was talking about. Hey, look, low key, we was talking about tryhards.
Try hard.
Try hard, baby.
Davis is a try hard. His fucking veins popping.
Take that L, Ravens. Take that L.
I know I'm not on TikTok, but I actually traded Jamal Williams and I traded Nyheim Hines.
Nice.
Why do y'all have Ray?
Who do y'all rank, Tyler Hall or James Robinson?
I'm going to rank Hall. I think ultimately they're through at the end of the season. It's going to show Breece Hall is going to be that dude. He's already that dude for the catches, man. So.
I talk about these players more.
I know.
Yeah,
let's up. This is a good one, right? Because I like James Robinson is probably the upper echelon of the tryhards. He's probably like stepping out of that tryhard. Yeah. He's a tryhard that's actually like busted. You know what I mean? Like he's like, no, I'm not a tryhard.
Hey, he's an elite tryhard. An elite tryhard. He's a super tryhard. He said he's one of the best tryhards in the league.
He's like walking that white line between
hey, he's the leader of the pack. I'm weak. He's the leader of the mid. The voice of the
leader of the mid.
If you're not a tryhard, and if you are a tryhard, he's like right in between. But listen, like James Robinson is gonna have to get you a touchdown to put up like 15 plus, whereas Breece Hall is getting 6 targets a game. So, and his usage, I look for it to go up. And I'm not shading James Robinson because check this out. A lot of people are saying Travis Etienne's usage is gonna go up. Yeah. Listen. This coaching staff is not tied to Travis Etienne. This coaching staff did not draft Travis Etienne in the first round. Travis Etienne could get traded tomorrow for a third and a future second, and then nobody would bat a fucking eye.
But P, last week when I was talking about Damien Pierce versus Breece Hall, you kind of were singing a different tune. Why has it changed now?
No, it has not, bro. Listen to the video again, dog. I told you I value Breece higher than Damien Pierce. I'm just saying the way that Lovie Smith uses his backs. Why do you not show as much love on Damien Pierce? Because he's not like a lot of people thought. He's not in this this platoon with the backup running back there. His name slips me, but probably for good reason. But Breece Hall has more upside. I've acknowledged that, right? Breece Hall he has more draft capital, and he catches the rock like none other. He gets 6 targets a game. That's what you're looking for in a running back. You try to put some smut on my name. Dalvin Cook.
That's you, bro. That's your clips.
Dalvin Cook for DeAndre Swift straight up. Nah.
Who are you taking? Dalvin or DeAndre Swift straight up?
I'm taking Dalvin straight up.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so I have Cook, Pollard, Dillon, and White. Do I panic or try to make a trade? Panic and try to make a trade.
Never
panic.
Don't panic.
You don't panic. Not around here, but I will tell you this: I would pair up Pollard and Dillon for an upgrade. Pollard and Dillon for a wide receiver,
even if it's a small upgrade at the running back position.
If you got 3 of these guys and they got somewhat a name, Pollard has a nice name. I don't think his production comes with it. Send his ass.
Damn, my man, this one's for you, Brody.
Yes, sir.
Dynasty 12 team Superflex League. Cup and Stafford or Javonte and Bateman and Fields.
Ugh, Fields is ugly.
Ugh. Dynasty for me, it's depending on your team, right? So for us, go get the win. Go get Cooper Kupp and just dominate and win today.
Oh hell yeah!
If you're not a Cooper Kupp away from winning it all, then I'm okay with the Javonte and Bateman. I do have Bateman ranked pretty high in Dynasty. Hopefully he turns it around the second half of the season. Didn't look really good in the game against the Bills. Not sure exactly what happened with him. He was on the sidelines a little bit. I don't know if he got hurt or whatnot, but to me, Fields is absolutely just trash. Like, he's just not good right now.
You have reverse course, I see.
It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt. You know, it hurt. But I mean, you make a good point, Justin. It's hard to shine in Chicago. That's a tough place to shine. Maybe he does get traded, like a Ryan Tannehill, right? Where it's like, okay, from Miami to the Titans, and he turns it around in that level of production. Not saying he's going to be elite, QB1, all this stuff, but the Tannehills are like, hey, he's the leader of the tryhards, is Tannehill, dog. Like, the leader, dog. So,
Big fact.
I think if you have a team that wins it all, that can win it all with Cooper Kupp, keep Cooper Kupp.
I would do that deal regardless if you have a team to win it all or not, because Cooper Kupp is going to put you in a position to become that team to win it all or not.
Bro, and people dynasty, they revert so much to the youth. Like, that's 5 years, 4 years minimum you're getting out of Kupp and Stafford. Like, you have time to rebuild in 4 years. Like,
yeah.
Do
you want that to be a league you don't even check? You forget to set your lineup, then do that deal.
Yeah.
AJ Brown or Amon-Ra? I'm going AJ Brown, and I ain't folding.
This ain't
Amon-Ra. Yeah,
AJB.
He's nice, but AJB for the death of me. Hey, I got offered Hawkinson and Boyd for Knox and Pittman. I rejected it. Smart move, right? Hawkinson and Boyd for Knox and Pittman.
Rejected. He's selling Hawkinson for the high, and trying to get Pittman.
Smart
reject. Oh yeah. Keep Pittman, yeah, definitely. Russell Wilson for George Pickens? ? If it's a one quarterback league, I don't know. I'm probably. Ooh, is this a buy low up?
I think Russell is kind of shining right now. He's kind of getting in that groove. I kind of wait off on that one.
And no Javonte too. Like, it might be a thing. This offense does not look good right now. Nathaniel Hackett is not. The play calling is shit right now. His coaching is shit. And in losing Javonte, I don't know if that hurts or helps this offense right now. To me, I'm concerned, but I think in the second half, Russ will be better. But he ain't cooking. Only thing with Russ,
he cooked last week though. He cooked last week.
The one thing with Russ is he ain't like scrambling. Like, that was kind of why he was that top 5 to 7 option. He was getting on his, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would always have those little breakaways. He ain't really using his legs at all now. It's kind of weird. Like, normally we're used to seeing that be attached to his value. Sneaky, like an extra 300, 400 yards rushing.
Right.
We ain't really been seeing that in Denver.
Yeah. Kind of upsetting.
That is, it is upsetting. Definitely upsetting. Guys, I was offered Lockett for DJ Moore and Mooney. Do I accept it? Bro, get
the
DJ
mid
Moore.
package.
Oh
this is a mid salad sandwich. God damn.
Is that Alberto? That's got to be Alberto. DJ Moore and Mooney.
This is ugly, bro. With Lockett too? Even Lockett's kind of mid.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I will say to this.
The Moo package.
And we probably shouldn't be spending too much time on this, but I will say DJ Moore will have better days. And I think the better days are going to come with a QB change. And I think as soon as Darnold comes back, I think they're going to turn to him, and then we're gonna see an increase in DJ Moore's value. So
they did say Darnold was a few weeks away.
A few weeks away.
He's a few weeks away. I think you're locking in decent value. I wouldn't want to have both these guys on my bench though, because you have to bench both of them right now. They're not startable. But DJ Moore, like P mentioned, is gonna have better days. You'll be able to flip him for higher than you will Tyler Lockett.
Yeah. All right, you're keeping Derrick Henry.
Keep Derrick Henry.
Okay. All right, my man Roman. Some dudes offer me Dylan for Deontay. My RBs are Lenny, Pollard, Edmonds, and Carter. I have Kupp, Pittman, MT, Ayuk, and Garrett Wilson.
Looking for help at the running back position.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know Deontay's not going to have strong.
A better one for Deontay. I probably would try and move Deontay and like Edmonds or
Pollard.
Deontay Pollard package get you something,
and get you something better than Dylan.
Yeah, you can get better. That's trading down.
You can go get Najee for
that. Ooh, you can get Najee for that. Buy low or sell high on Everett. Listen,
go ahead.
I don't think Everett's value is going to change much. I mean, Keenan has been out. So you're going to see maybe not those 8-9 catch games that he's been getting. but he still is a huge threat in the red zone. That's what he's been doing his entire career on the low with his other teams. I think that's why they brought them in. I think he's an upgrade for their tight end situation last year. And we see he's like a nice route runner. He gets open in the end zone. So if you can sell high on him, if you can do like Everett and something for like Kittle, then that's something I would pull because I see better days ahead of Kittle. If you're upgrading at the TE position, then yeah. But hey, why not lock this in, man? I'd see him as a solid like locked in like. He has tight end.
There's a lot of people in these leagues right now, Prabhat, that are selling very low or interested in selling low with the concern that Kyle Pitts is not going to be what he is anymore. Like what we expected him to be when you drafted him in the third round. They're seeing a guy like Gerald Everett get 4 to 5 targets each game, get targeted in the red zone. Are you selling high on Everett for a guy like Kyle Pitts? Or are you saying, you know what, I'd rather keep Kyle Pitts right now, the question mark that he is?
If this one is tough, and to be 100% honest, I was extremely high, just like a lot of people, on Kyle Pitts. Personally, it's like you got all the opportunity in the world, but he's just not producing, right? Like he can get some targets, they go away from him. Coverage is probably shadowing him. Whatever the reason, he's not getting any targets. And to be honest with you, with the way that this team is set up, are they ever going to roll coverage away from anybody else? Or are they ever going to roll coverage towards anybody else outside of Kyle Pitts? They got a rookie out there. Cordarrell Patterson just got hurt. Does it look good for Kyle Pitts? Nah, man. I mean, Everett's – and this hurts me to say this because I came in high on Kyle Pitts, bruh.
You absolutely go get Kyle Pitts. I'm tired.
Hold on. Let him finish.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Let him finish. I gotta hear from my own ears. Let Pete finish the statement.
You go get Kyle. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. He's hurting me, man. I think I like Everett better than Kyle Pitts, and I said it. He
ain't say it.
I did say it.
Go get Kyle Pitts. I'm tired of this nonsense.
That setup is too real.
I'm tired of this nonsense. First of all,
I'm cooking that one up.
Has all of the opportunity in the world right now, still has a good chance. You have Cordarrell Patterson gone for 4 weeks. They're going to start targeting this guy a little bit more, and he's already got good opportunity. He's number 2 in air yards, got 333 air yards. It's 83 air yards a game. He's got the average distance of target is 15.1 a game. That means they're throwing the ball down the field to him. So yeah, the points are there. He's got deep targets. He's top 5 in target share, target rate. He's number 2 in yards per route run, which is my favorite metric as far as efficiency when it comes to receiving. Go yards get Kyle.
What does that mean, bro? If all he's doing is like that, if all he's doing is doing flips and not catching shit, like this man, Tyler, he's trying to be an acrobat, bro. Just catch the goddamn rock, bro. I wish Kyle Pitts make me look.
Kyle Pitts a try hard.
It's Kyle Pitts a try hard, Pete.
Try hard. What? With the try hard, the tight end?
Is he or not?
Hell no.
Fuck Kyle Pitts, man. Okay, prove me wrong, Kyle Pitts. I'm just happy I got Kyle Pitts and Everett. But should I trade Robinson for Godwin? Who are you talking about? Like
J-Rob probably.
You talking about J-Rob for Godwin? I have Gibson as my no. If you have Gibson and you're relying on Gibson, no, you need to trade Gibson because his value is going to tank as soon as B-Rob comes back.
The other Robinson.
He's got hella Robinsons. Rashard Penny's stock increasing after last week.
Sell high moment. Look, bro. Like Rashard Penny, you see him get in the end zone twice. Sell his ass. Go get one of the guys we've been preaching about: Kamara, Dalvin Cook, Najee Harris, Zeke. Go get anybody outside of Rashard Penny. Cash in that value, bro.
Yeah, definitely cash in that value. Just traded away Hawk and Gibson for MG3 and Schultz. What y'all think? MG3. I mean, with what just happened in terms of injury.
It's Gordon. It's
Gordon.
I was thinking, don't get it no more.
I was thinking RG3. What? Nah, he don't get a nickname yet, bro. You got to do something before you get an MG3.
He used to have that nickname with the Chargers, but the MG3 is gone. It's Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, his name is Melvin the Third Gordon.
Melvin.
Did I trade away Hawk and Gibson? I think you won. I mean, like I said, I'm an advocate for sending Gibson for what you can get right now. But what do you guys think?
I think that's an L, bro. Like, it's not an L. In fact, I think you got serviceable pieces. Schultz will be better, especially with Dak. MG3, Melvin Gordon, he'll be a running back 2 flex. But after what Hawkinson just did this week against Seattle, you're selling them for like pieces that are just faded. Like, I guess I'm not mad at the deal.
Nah, man.
Hawkinson has had 170 and 2 touchdowns.
Bro, this is the perfect time to sell Hawkinson.
That is not sell high. You drafted him as a mid-tight end 1.
No, he got all of that because his whole team was hurt. Bro, everybody else was hurt.
What I'm saying, OP, is that you could have traded TJ Hawkinson right now for a more elite tight end and a better piece than Melvin Gordon. Right now, Melvin Gordon is on a lot of waivers. There's people asking us, should we pick up Melvin Gordon? And Schultz has been playing like shit and he's been injured. With TJ Hawkinson, when you have a player, any player that is playing at an elite level for 1 week out of the season when you've been questioning starting him all year, trade their ass away. That's what you do.
Let me ask you something. So who'd you have higher preseason? You had Schultz. You had Hawkinson higher than Schultz.
I had Schultz barely higher than Hawkinson.
You had Schultz higher than Schultz. You had Schultz higher, right? So why not trade for a better player preseason value when he's been hurt? His quarterback's been hurt, and they got nobody else to throw to outside of CeeDee Lamb and him. Why
Michael Gallup's not back? Oh, Noah Brown hasn't emerged? Come on, that story's rewritten. This isn't preseason no more. That's the thing.
We're talking about, it's rewritten. We're talking about Gallup is a tryhard at wide receiver.
Gallup is not a tryhard. Gallup is a talent.
Gallup, we'll see how his ACL is holding up.
We saw him score a touchdown last week.
Oh, we did.
And that was with Cooper Rush.
Hey, Cooper Rush ain't no punt, bro. Cooper Rush ain't no.
But Dak is the guy. Let's keep it G. Dak is the guy.
100%.
Cooper
Big
Rush,
facts.
the next leader of the tryhards. The future, the tryhard juniors.
Tryhards, yeah. Does Sutton's usage increase with Javonte out? I don't think his usage. I think his usage stays the same. I don't think it's gonna get much better. You guys think any different?
I don't think so. I think I'm same with P on that one. And I think that it's all about the Melvin Gordon usage versus whatever. I think Sutton and Judy stay the same. It's no effect. If anything, they may lean on the passing game. You may get another target out of it, but no, it's a good news for Sutton either way. Like Sutton's going to be good. Sutton's breaking out this year, and it's good to see.
Big facts. Traded Zeke and McLaurin for Kamara and DJ Moore in redraft. Dub or an L? If you can buy low on Kamara, I think you do it. I'm not a big fan of DJ Moore. I think that's
a win. I like getting Kamara out of that. McLaurin and DJ Moore are kind of the same, at least right now for me. Maybe McLaurin's a little bit more upside, but go get Kamara. I think he has way more upside than Zeke, and they're essentially the same player to me.
That deal looks like a wash to me, man. Looks like an overpay for Kamara. So I think if you needed depth, I'd rather have the Zeke and McLaurin side. If you felt strong with your starters, you get Kamara. It seems like a wash.
It's funny. We don't even acknowledge DJ Moore in that, but Star one.
It is what it is.
Yeah, Drake London, Bateman, or Curtis Samuel. I think you roll with Curtis Samuel on this one. I mean, he's got a really
Drake
easy
London in the game. I think he's emerged as a rookie, getting all the targets now. No Cordarrell Patterson. Go give me Drake London.
Lions are missing all their starters. It's the same goddamn point I was trying to make, but you ain't trying to hear it.
No, look.
Keeping TJ Hawk, sorry, but that was a bad trade.
See, I'm telling you, that value is there. Like, you're looking at TJ Hawk at a thin-ass position right now. You're looking at tight end, which is one of the thinnest positions.
You're getting Schultz back, bro.
It doesn't matter. TJ Hawkinson is producing. You see, it doesn't matter what these preseason values are, dog. You're seeing people question George Kittle. You're seeing people challenge Kyle Pitts right now. The value is gone, bro. Preseason value is gone. It's what we got right now. And right now, TJ Hawkinson's performing. He has another week ahead with all the starters still gone.
One game.
Hey,
again, it's one game.
It's one game more than Kyle Pitts, Dalton Schultz, and George Kittle.
He was invisible until everybody else was hurt. That's my point. There was 3 people out there. I'm talking Swift, Amon-Ra, and DJ Chark all out. Who else are they going to throw to?
You're not thinking of value, though. You're thinking of what you got right now. You got to think of value. There's not everybody in your league is going to be thinking that. Everybody in your league is going to be like, shit, I don't have a tight end right now. And TJ Hawkinson just had 170-2. He's sitting in the top 5 right now. We all drafted him in the top 6. He was a first-round draft pick. Why wouldn't I go get TJ Hawkinson right now? That's why it's the perfect sell high, not for selling for low for Melvin Gordon and Dalton Schultz. You want to go get elite talent if you're going to trade away a guy like that.
So you're still saying trade him, just not for those two.
TJ Hawkinson is a sell high. I just said that after one game. Yeah. If you have one game and you've been questioning starting this guy the entire time, that's the perfect time to sell somebody. But are we selling for Dalton Schultz and Melvin Gordon?
So we're saying the same thing. You're just like, I can get more.
Bro, I've been saying that, bro. You just been hearing me wrong, man.
I've been hearing you wrong. I gotta listen clear, man. My B.
It's good.
I have both Jettas, and Dalvin Cook. Should I look to move one?
He got a little extra saucy with it this week. He was like,
he said,
no, I don't think you move them. But if you had to pick one to move, I think it's Dalvin for me. I'm not getting rid of Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson just the epitome of elite talent, making things look easy. We've said countless times last week or last Sunday, start Justin Jefferson. We're not, fading Justin Jefferson ever. He's elite. So if you're going to trade one, Cook, but I'd say keep them both.
All right. Last 2 questions for today. Who should I pick up? Right. Kenny Pickett or Teddy Bridgewater?
I'm picking up Pickett because I don't know how long Teddy Bridgewater is even going to be starting. So it could be a week-to-week thing. I like to see the upside versus just a mid-ass QB.
Cool.
Last one for today. Should I trade Hollywood for Cooks and Pierce?
Dan, you got that one.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Go give me Damien Pierce and with D-Hop coming back soon. Hollywood would be
you all on the Damian Pierce hype train now. Now he on your squad. Now you all over Damian Pierce. Because you was talking that big shit about Damian Pierce.
Damian Pierce, though.
You done took a drive, went to Old Navy, went to that little bin that got the $5 flip flops in there, and grabbed a couple pairs.
Gucci flip flop.
Oh shit! Hey, but I got love for Damien Pierce, but I'm glad you got that dub, man, because that one actually hurt me.
I'll take it. All right, guys. Well, again, if you guys are following all along, man, we appreciate you guys joining us live. We'll be live again Sunday morning, guaranteed 9 a.m.
Pacific time.
All right. And if you guys, we may go live randomly. This is what we do. But, hey, check us out on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and, of course, TikTok. Follow us.
Get it.
Batman. And we'll be back again next Tuesday to talk about Week 5. Good luck to you guys. Ask all the questions. DM us. We're always here for you. Peace.
Peace.